Welcome back to Game 2 in the grand final of the Americas Qualifier portion of the Shanghai Open Qualifier tournament. We've got a best of three up here between Team Freedom, better known as IX Mike Stack, and Elite Wolves, the Peru boys. And Team Freedom already picked up Game 1 in the best of three in the fashion of throw versus counter throw. Team Freedom threw, and then Elite Wolves threw it back. So that takes us to Game 2, with Elite Wolves down 1-0 already to Team Freedom. And now that we'll be getting into Game 2. If Team Freedom wins this, they will of course be moving on to the main event qualifier for the Americas region. And if Elite Wolves win it, they will move into a Game 3 with Team Freedom. With that being said, let's take a look at the draft here. We've got Gyrocopter picked up by Team Freedom, and the Undying is the choice for Elite Wolves. A couple bands out already. We had the old Darkseer and Beastmaster band out by Team Freedom. And Elite Wolves, they just don't like that Abaddon. It kept running at them in Game 1. Even though it died a few times, it just really set up that early game for Team Freedom. So they ban it out in the first phase. And then they pick up that Undying and the Spirit Breaker. We'll see if that works out for them in this matchup. Hitting the 9-hour mark on the cast. And we will only keep going. Probably. Might take a little bit of a break if this is the last match before the Chinese qualifiers. Maybe like an hour. And then we'll be back. So Team Freedom just played a ridiculous game in the last match. They just kept running away and running back into the fight against Elite Wolves, and in the end, it was very hard to even figure out what was actually going on. All I can say is it really just looked like NA Dota, to be honest. That was basically all you could get out of it. The Dazzle was picked up by Team Freedom. In the first matchup, Elite Wolves played it, so maybe the Team Freedom can show them how it's done.
5 seconds remaining.
And that'll take us to our second banning phase. So Lone Drew is going to get banned up by Team Freedom. And that is one of the Evo heroes that we've seen. Again, we weren't too impressed with Evo in the last match. He doesn't seem to have as great of a start sometimes, even though he does come into his own. And it seemed in the last match it was just difficult for Elite Wolves to actually get anything done. The Mirana and the Bane just kind of roamed around a lot and did quite a bit around the map. And then the Abaddon made it hard to get anything going. So Elite Wolves, now they take out the Omni Knight, which is another hero that IX Mike has played in this tournament and done pretty well on. So we'll have to see what they put him on for this match. I'm sure he has a lot of heroes in his arsenal. Maybe heroes that he might not feed as much on. Or at least heroes that make it a bit easier for him to feed. I don't know, one or the other. Going into reserve time for the bans here. Right now, Elite Wolves are looking pretty tanky with the Undying and the Spirit Breaker. The minus armor from the Dazzle ultimate could take him down a bit, make it a little bit easier to get killed. But that's something you really have to find your timing for. So we'll see what else Elite Wolves pick up. Looks like it will be a Smash Spirit Breaker though. They know they want to get that Smash hero up pretty early. The Queen of Pain is going to get banned up by Team Freedom. I guess since they don't feel like picking it, they don't want Elite Wolves to have it either. We have seen Van on that once, But that was only one game out of many that we saw him on the Queen of Pain.
5 seconds.
So we're going to keep going with the draft.
Reserve time.
And after we get these bands through, we're going to get a couple more picks. And eventually we're going to get into this match here. The second game in the best of 3. Remember that the loser of this, or the loser of this series, mind you, isn't necessarily out of the qualifiers altogether. They can still enter the next qualifier, which starts up tomorrow. And they can go through that one. The Bane is going to be the ban from Elite Wolves, and they end up picking the Mirana. So, ban the Bane, pick the Mirana. Interesting set of moves there. So that'll take us further into the draft.
10 seconds remaining.
The setup for the Mirana, I know Elite Wolves liked to have it.
5 seconds.
The Sven is still in the pool, and they played pretty well with that. The Sven would just get the stun on the mid lane, and then Mirana would throw the arrow. They played pretty well around that. The Ember Spirit again gets picked up by Team Freedom, and it is the Sven on the Elite Wolves. So yeah, they go for that. Oh man, Sven can make the mid lane a nightmare for Ember Spirit. I mean, it might not seem like it, but the Sven can do extremely well against the Ember Spirit, and he just has that harassing technique of the stun. So the Ember Spirit might need some help with the supports. And of course, the Sven can use the stun to set up the Mirana arrow,
10 seconds remaining.
as we were talking about.
5 seconds.
So we'll see what Team Freedom decides to go with. Of course, Dazzle does come into play a little bit here, as the Shadow Grave can be used to help out the Ember Spirit and possibly set up some of these kills going their way. Also, you have that Spirit Breaker charging in, which could make it more difficult for the Ember Spirit. So I'm going to keep an eye on the action in the mid lane, as that could be where most of the action could be going down. Waiting on the fourth pickup here from Team Freedom. They've got about 20 seconds left. Maybe they're a little bit confused by that Sven pickup. And the Sven could do well. Once again, we're looking at a lot of initiations here. Okay, so it's the Slardar. You got a lot of tanky heroes onto Elite Wolves, and the Slardar can help to take them down with the minus armor. And I think that's going to be your IX Mike hero. The Ancient Apparition once again gets banned out by Elite Wolves. And that'll take us to our last couple of actions here in the draft,
5 seconds remaining.
as we get ready to start up our match. Getting pretty low on the reserve time,
Reserve time.
as I guess Team Freedom are thinking quite a bit about their last ban, and it's going to be the Weaver,
Radiant.
the Smash Weaver. So instead, we've got a Razor pickup. So a couple of interesting things here. We could see Ewo on the Razor, or we could put that Razor in the mid lane on Van and then have Ewo on the Sven. Either way could work. We have seen Van on the Sven before in the mid lane. Yep, Swedish, I just did Dota all day. That is exactly what happened. I'm sitting at 9 hours on the stream now, and I might even do an all-nighter and cast some Chinese qualifiers and go all the way into tomorrow. So, Team Freedom finish up their draft with the Tiny. Confusion. Mid lane Ember Spirit. Safely Mineski fan. Who does IX Mike play? Okay, he plays the Slardar, so we have a support Tiny. Well, there you go. So support Tiny going to be throwing some creeps all over the place. And you can also throw the Slardar in. So this will be interesting. And then we have Van on the Sven, Ewo on the Razor. Well, we're getting ready for this matchup. The players are finally picking up their heroes, and we're going to get into this second matchup in the best of 3 series between Team Freedom and Elite Wolves in the final of the Americas Qualifier to the Shanghai Major.
5 seconds remaining.
Getting right into our match here, we're going to introduce our teams. We've got Ewo on the Razor, Masoku on that Mirana, Van on the mid lane Sven, Sia is going to be playing the Undying, and Smash on your off-lane Spirit Breaker. Then for the Team Mischief or Team Freedom, we've got IX Mike on the Slardar, Kiko on the Tiny, the Gyrocopter is going to be handled by Mineski Fangay, Fun's going to be playing Dazzle, and then we have Sunbee on the Yol Ember Spirit. Both heading towards the top part of the map. And they might be laying some traps for each other. They're just kind of sitting in the woods at this point. And Elite Wolves, here they come. It's the train led by the Sven. Hasn't leveled anything up just yet. And Mineski Fangay is going to scout them out. He's going to move back behind the trees. Van, he's going to go right through. He has a tree knocker downer. They call it the Quelling Blade. And there he comes. He's going to plant a ward. Oh, they know. So this Tiny not going to be able to pull towards the mid lane with that hard camp because they warded it up. And they put down another high ground ward. So Kiko has a sentry ward, and he's actually going to deward that one. Possibly. Alright, he gets the ward. And he gets it in time as well. So, warding attempt gonna fail as Tiny wised up to that one. And now it's just Sia trying to harass him out. Yep, Sia's just gonna sit in the jungle and try to stop him from moving that over. And he's also going to go and block it. Oh, stun, arrow onto Sunbee. Sunbee taking a lot of damage. So is Sven, though. Sven takes a lot of damage, and the first blood going to be Van. First blood goes to the Sunbee as he just sits there and takes the damage. Van, too much time underneath the tower. And there's a big frowny face. Sunbee still taking a lot of damage. Has to be careful as the Van is back. And Undying is just going to be his own personal ward sitting in that camp. And he's going to block it again. Kiko's not very happy about that. Going to take a slap in the back. Ewo takes a lot of damage from the Rocket Barrage and going to miss the block from the Dazzle. Okay, so Ewo is fine. Another decay onto Kiko. Man, they're just putting so much time on that mid lane. Keeping the Ember down, not letting them pull the creeps. I wonder if they're spending their energy in the right places, though. It allows IX Mike to get the good start on the top lane, and Smash is just going to put the hits in the back. IX Mike slaps the ground in response. And the Undying continues to be a human ward, or rather an Undying ward. Ewo pretty low on the bottom lane, gonna get Rocket Barrage down, ends up getting killed by the Gyrocopter. So again, it's Team Freedom with the early lead. And Undying continues to be a ward. He's still level 1, no XP at this point, but at least the lane didn't get pulled. Pretty much sacrificing everything. Sunbee gets an arrow thrown, and alright, Sunbee a little bit far up. Gonna throw Sia underneath the tower. But he's got a lot of health, doesn't really matter. Meanwhile, on the top lane, charge came onto IX Mike. There is a TP, and ew, Smash goes down, and Ewo in trouble as well. He's going to get slowed down by the Dazzle, and he's taking a lot of damage from the creeps. In the end, he does go down to the Dazzle, Poison Touch. So it's a 2 for 1. Nice rotation by the Dazzle, securing a kill onto 2 in the top lane. And Masoku not even going to go for that arrow there. He says, Van, calm down. Let's just farm. Well, great start to the game again for Team Freedom. Already 4 for 1 in kills, and if this keeps up, they can just keep running at Elite Wolves like they want to. Oh, arrow comes in. It hits Sunby. It hits him, but the Sven doesn't have enough mana for the stun. No follow-up. Bummer. Smash rotates down to the bottom lane. Razor goes to top. And the lanes decide to change a little bit. Here comes a charge and a stun onto Sunby. Sunby gets hit by an arrow. Sunby in trouble. Could go down. Will go down. He hits the stun onto Masoku and Van as the charge now going on to Kiko. Kiko, though, he's going to be just fine, and Spirit Breaker cancels the charge. And we'll see how Iwo looks on the Razor. He's gone for the 2-1 build so far, and he's saving a skill point for level 4. Could do well. Could do well once the Slardar gets level 6 if he gets the Purge, but I guess we'll wait and see. Mineski Fangay alone on the bottom lane, almost level 5, as the double damage Spirit Breaker is afoot. Still getting denied by the Gyrocopter though, even with 150 damage. In the top lane, Tombstone gets dropped down. Evo takes a lot of damage from that Dazzle nuke, and now Alex Mike 88 comes in with a crush, hits Evo, and now Tiny here with some throws and some stuns, and Evo goes down. Alex Mike 88 gonna get the grave, and now Sia in trouble. Arrow helps out the Sia get away. And now he's going to use the healing salve. Mirana leaps away. Sia runs away. And in the end, it's just the Razor going down on the top lane. In terms of last hits, the Sven is doing really well against the Ember Spirit, as was discussed. Outlasting him by 20. The charge onto Sunby was cancelled, and now here comes Kiko. Kiko, alright, turns around. Van was taking a little bit of damage, but it really wasn't enough. He's still around 500. He's a tanky Sven. Sia still some creeps. Arrow onto IXMA 88, gonna hit. And Ewo, gotta be careful of that tower. Gonna steal a lot of damage. That's 59 damage going down. Here comes the Tombstone. IXMA 88 with a crush onto Sia. Sia doesn't have a whole lot of health, but now Dazzle in trouble. Oh, blocked in by Masoku. Oh, this Fun is so dead. Tries to grave himself. And he will try to TP out. Not going to happen. There's an arrow. Easy kill for Ewo. But he did take the sacrifice so that Slardar could get away. That was an interesting jump there by the Dazzle. Though blocked in the Dazzle so that it couldn't run away. The top tower goes down. And what do we have on the map? Just got a couple of heroes running around. In terms of gold, let's take a look at the net worth real quick. Sven's at the top. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. And power treads. And a bottle. Sunby didn't even bother dodging the stun. It's interesting. He did have the sleight of fist up, and he did it last time. Why you no do this? So the Sven looking really good so far. Other than that, we got the Razor and the Gyrocopter pretty much even. Of course, the Razor a bit better in the early game than in the late game sometimes, depending on how you build him. Haste screen popped by Van, goes in on Sunby. Sunby going to stun, get lucky with the stun on Van. I mean, you had a 66% chance of getting him, probably more. Charge here on the Fun. And here comes the call down from Mineski Fangay. Mineski Fangay puts down the call down, does a lot of damage to Masoku. Masoku doesn't go down. Fun uses the Shadow Grave on himself, and now Smash trying to get out. Smash does go down to the Dazzle. And Fun in the trees trying to get away, and the Razor isn't able to do enough. Meanwhile, the Sven did go down on the mid lane, and that was a rotation by the Slardar. Yeah, that fight recap wasn't very good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Mineski Fangay also gets the D ward off using a sentry ward. That's what you do. 7 kills to 3 in favor of Team Freedom, and Van just uses the God Strength right out of the bat here. He goes for these interesting builds. He's got the 3-2-1 build on the Sven. He likes to go for that cleave nice and early. IX Mike getting close to that level 6. Same with Smash, as he smashes a creep backwards. Always satisfying. And Mineski Fangate content to just farm away on the bottom lane. Here's a smoke from Elite Wolves. They're going to use the Sven Warcry to run a little bit faster. And they run towards that top lane. Who are they going to find? Undying leading the way. We could have a charge by the Spirit Breaker waiting in the wings. They still have vision on IX Mike. Here they come. Here comes a charge. And Slider tries to get away. Not going to be able to. Here comes the stun by the Sven and the arrow. They finish off the Slardar. Well executed there. As Elite Wolves get themselves a kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Masky Fangate just shooting the wind with Ewo on the bottom lane. And now there is a rotation by Sunbee. Sunbee looking for something to do. Not going to find it. And there was an Observer Ward placed down by Masoku in the Dire jungle. Sunbee runs over to the mid lane once again. The mid structure gets fortified. And Sia, he still has that tombstone available. He could use it. Maybe they're just going to wait for the next creep wave. But they are getting hit by that Dazzle Weave, so it might not be the best time to go in. IX Mike is smoked up looking for someone to go on. And they do have vision of the heroes going through the river thanks to an Observer Ward right there. Sven once again pops the God Strength, waiting to kill the Ancients. Here's a rotation by the Slider to the top lane. He could get a 2-man crush. He's not going to. He's just going to get smashed. And now here comes the Tombstone put up. Sia thrown back into it. The Spirit Picker will charge away like Thomas the Tank Engine. Unfortunately, Undying not that lucky. He will get killed. Spirit Breaker did get stunned out by the Poison Touch, I think. No, he just decided to cancel the charge. And he'll go over to the mid lane. Here comes the Ember Spirit running in. Has a slight in 10 seconds. Ewa's going to get slowed down. And the stun goes on to Sunbee. Sunbee has a remnant forward if he wants it. He does, but now he doesn't have enough mana for the Shackles combo. And now here comes the TP in. IX Mike 88 with a crush onto Ewo. Ewo about to go down. Does go down to the Gyrocopter. Well played by them. IX Mike with a heads-up play in the TP. Easy kills for Team Freedom. Who, if it weren't for the Sven, would be taking pretty big control of this game. Sunbee gets knocked out in the mid lane. Oh, Mirana arrow going to be missed by the creep. And Sunbee gets a grave up to get out. Smash trying to get out now. Doesn't have the ultimate anymore. And now Sunbee has the remnant. He's just going to TP back. And he'll get full health. Bottom tower under attack by the Gyrocopter. And he's going to get charged on. As well as the Razor coming in. He goes in before he disappears. And now the Gyrocopter knows to back away. Here comes Thomas the Tank Engine. Boom, boom, boom. Goes right onto Mineski Fangate. And they're just going to turn around as there are 4 heroes coming in. Smoked from there. They're going to get the smoke popped by Sia. Sia about to get crushed. Does get crushed. He's going to be the one to sacrifice here. He goes down to Sunbee. And the rest of the Elite Wolves have to back up. Masoku, he gets out. But Ewo, not as lucky. Chains up in 1. There come the chains. Slardar thrown in. There's a crush. Ewo goes down. Tiny gets a kill. That's 2 down in the Radiant jungle. And that leaves the mid tower undefended. But it also means that the Dire can get that Radiant tier 1.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom
Tower going to be finished off by the Gyrocopter. And Van's just going to sit around in the jungle. He does have that Blink Dagger up and a bottle coming back to him. Illusion of him running around. Alright, so the Dire make the rotation on the tier 1 mid. They're trying to find someone, they won't.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under attack.
Sunby has those drums up. Ice Mike working toward a blink. And Gyrocopter
Middle tower is under attack.
working probably towards a Sanjin Yasha. That's pretty standard for him in some games. Razor comes in with a nuke to take the creeps out of the tower range. And Sunby gets out. Here's a charge onto Fun. Fun gonna get cancelled. And Fun just hangs out for a second. Alex Mike 88. Just misses Ewo. So right now it's just Van continuing to farm up. He's got the courier running around. It could be his old Moonshard build. We'll see. Where's the courier going? Courier goes to the secret shop. And it picks up a Hyperstone. There it is. Could still be something else for Van, but he went for the Moonshard on it last time. And right now it seems like the plan is just to get Van all farmed up. Which could be good. But it is a little bit easy for Team Freedom to kind of kite the Sven. Sunby walking around pretty fast thanks to the phase boots and the drums of endurance. Find some creeps to kill. He hasn't gotten the Battle Fury yet. And he's just going to be walking around here. Gets hit by the Razor a little bit. Here comes the Shackles onto Ewo. Ewo going to be stealing the damage from the Ember Spirit, who just runs away. And now here comes a stun onto Fun. Fun, charged up, smashed up, and Smash kills him. Arrow misses, but Van and Smash are out of there. Svarter has gotten the Blink Dagger now. So a couple of blinks for each side. Spirit Breaker charging onto Mineski Fangay. And the charge is going to be cancelled. Sunby going close to that Razor. Probably doesn't want to go on him though. And the game continues. Sen's still at the top of the net worth chart, but he's going to be followed by the Gyrocopter and the Ember Spirit. Kills are 5-11 in favor of Team Freedom, who, if they win this match, will be into the main event of the Americas Qualifier. It is worth noting that Elite Wolves were originally on the list of qualified teams for that event, but they got taken off, and not today were put up in their place. A lot of the players on Elite Wolves used to be on Not Today. Mirana ult is going to be used. They're going to try to find the kill here. And Sunby going to be walking in the trees. Here come the Elite Wolves. They're going to find him. Here comes the charge. Oh, stun is going to miss. Sunby, he's out. He's out. And now, here comes the counter. IX Mike 88 running up with the sprint. And here he comes. He has a blink. Crush on nothing. Spirit Breaker ult onto IX Mike 88. IX Mike 88 gonna be graved up. And now on the backside, Sunby doing some damage. Call down comes in. Sia gets pretty low, and Smash gets pretty low himself. The Sven and the Undying go down. Ewo in trouble as well. On the backside, Sunby trying to do the damage. Ewo will go down. So that's 3 cores, almost cores down. The Undying isn't a core, but you know what? It's close. 3 down. Team Freedom taking control of this one. And they take out the tier 1 tower and go over towards the Roshan. They will easily take it thanks to IX Mike. Roshan not very happy about getting killed. He's going to slap the ground. And they hit him some more. Roshan getting pretty low. He ends up going down, and Gyrocopter picks up the Aegis. 5 kills to 14. Team Freedom pretty firmly in front on this one. 3,000 for XP And the gold is about 6,000. And the Elite Wolves trying to figure out what they can do. The Moon Shard was completed on Sven. And the rest of his team going to be following him up. The problem is if Sven goes down, then the rest of his team is probably going to follow pretty quickly. Gyrocopter taking over the lead spot in net worth. He's got the Sanjin Yasha. Does a little bit of the flippy turn. Some people call it a barrel roll. And they're just going to push in through the bottom lane. And here comes Mineski Fangay right for that tower. Sunbi, he breaks down some trees. That's pretty much the only point of that remnant. Tiny throws a creep. And Sunbi shows that he has a double damage rune. They go right for that tier 2 tower, and then they can TP to top. Ix Mike 88 looking for some kills. He's got Tiny there to help him. And here comes the TP by Sunbi. Arrow comes through, gonna miss Sunbi, and Sunbi goes for it, blinks forward, and he's gonna get chain linked up to the Razor. He gets out. Here comes a call down, gonna be hitting Van. Van goes down. Sven not so tanky anymore. Smash about to... Oh, they're leaving Smash alone. Smash going to try to TP out. No! He can't do it. 3 go down once again. And the Mirana... Oh, does get out. Sunbi blinks ahead. So that is what they call 3 cores down. And Team Freedom continue to push their advantage. It's just a little Mineski Fangay hitting some creeps in the face. Nothing to see here. He's picking up the BKB, getting pretty close to it. And there's also a 4 staff on the courier for the old Dazzle. Yeah, Van going down pretty quickly in these engagements. Not being too much of a factor here. Masoku puts down a ward. And here comes Smash, canceling the charge. And we'll see if Team Freedom can do anything here. Sunbi looking for something. Here comes the Slardar. Slardar ready. He's going to see Ewo. Here comes Sunbi with the stun onto Ewo. Ewo takes the link. And there's the charge on the Fun. Dazzle in the back. Dazzle taken down by Van. Van taken down on the backside. Ewo gets taken down as Smoothnetsky Fangay against the world. He has the Aegis. It's going to pop eventually as the Cauldon came down. Ooh, crushed by 3. On Ix Mike, and here comes Sunbi. Sunbi back in. He's doing so much damage. Van goes down, Smash goes down, and now Ix Mike 88. He wants more. He smells blood. He throws in a creep. And that's going to be the end of that one. They still have the tier 2 tower to get down, but they're just going to take the creeps out here. And, well, the Ember Spirit will be back soon. He's got a remnant over here. Couple heroes went down. The Aegis popped on the gyro, so that's not actually a death by him. And that tier 2 tower goes down to the gyrocopter. 6 kills to 20. Elite Wolves looking for a way back into this one. Not really finding it just now. And the arrow misses. Oh. Don't want to see that. So now it's only 1 outer tower remaining for Team Freedom to take down on their way to the America's main event qualifier. Sunbi working the creeps in the mid lane. And let's take a quick look at the items. A couple of Blink Daggers on Team Freedom have been there for a while. Ix Mike has that 4 staff. And anybody else? Couple of Bracers on the Undying. And there's always that Gem of True Sight. We're gonna get some farm. And Sven takes out some creeps. Sunbi working around here, trying not to get killed. Well, maybe he's not actively trying, but it would be a good thing for him to try not to get killed. Sunbi walking around here, trying to find something to do. Mineski Fangay pushing the creeps on the bottom lane. Maybe this is what they're saying their sights on. They don't have the Aegis anymore. And Roshan will respawn in about 3 minutes. The Dazzle Weave gets used, going to make the heroes even tankier on the bottom lane. Harder for Elite Wolves to take down. And here they go. Up to the high ground. Right now, only a Spirit Breaker to defend, as more heroes are TPing in. Van is still on the top lane. Kiko throws Smash back in to right into a crush, and Smash about to go down, does go down. Gyrocopter pops the BKB, also pops the Smash Spirit Breaker. And here comes another crush from Masoka. Masoka about to go down. Here comes a throw, smacked down by the Ember Spirit. Call down will hit on a few, maybe. And the tier 3 tower goes down, and Van sitting around with a Shadow Blade. Shadow Blade on Van. Razor can't even get close enough to hit that unstable current. Or plasma field rather. Unstable current is the passive. Okay. The Ember Spirit goes right in on the Sia, gets hit by the crush. Sia almost about to go down, and Smash hits the ultimate onto IX Mike 88. IX Mike 88 thrown over to Io. Pass him over there. Sunbeat just smacking against 2. Gets out. Van hit by the crush. And now Sunbeat blinks in. Does he want to be there? Probably not. Van looking for something. Doesn't have enough mana for the stun. And now here comes the call down. Gonna hit on Van. It will take out Van. And the crush by IX Mike 88 onto. It's a triple kill for Gyrocopter and a couple of diebacks here as well. Sunbeat gets a kill on the Spirit Breaker. And that was, I think, a dieback. Now the Team Freedom boys, they're going to run around for a little bit more and take some more towers. Don't actually think that was a dieback by Spirit Breaker. Hard to tell anyway. Who cares? Gyrocopter has a halberd. That's interesting. I guess they want Sven to stop attacking. Sven is kind of mean like that. The next Roshan respawns in some time. So I assume that once that's up, Team Freedom will go for the win. Pretty much well on their way to getting into the main event qualifier for the Shanghai Major. And IX Mike 88 just runs up the hill, doesn't even care. Van hanging out here, he has a Shadow Blade and the Blink Dagger available. Blink Dagger could be used, not going to be used just yet. And we'll see if he decides to. IX Mike going up. Here's the trap. It's set by Elite Wolves. Will it happen? Here comes the blink forward. Missed the crushes on Ewo. And now Sunbeat. He's in. Puts the shackles on the Ewo. Here comes the call down. Gonna hit on 2. And Van still waiting for his chance. Charge onto IX Mike. Here comes Van. Takes out IX Mike. And now Mineski Fangay. He goes right in. Van. He's only going to be stopped. And now he gets a creep thrown on him. That's a double kill for Mineski Fangay. And Smash, he's going to the north. Buyback on the Undying and the Spirit Breaker in the end will go down to Sunbeat. Sunbeat's godlike. There was a buyback on the Undying. Undying's trying to get back into this fight, but it's only him and the Mirana up. And the buyback is available on to Smash. But I don't think they can save this tier 2 tower at all. Just all those creeps go away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So that'll be the tier 2 tower going down. Mineski Fangay. Pretty tanky right now, 2,300 health. And Team Freedom are going to back up. Go get the Roshan. Or will they? The Courier waiting to pick up Ember Spirit's Remnant. Alright, Ember Spirit gets the Lincoln Spear from the Courier. And they go into the Roshan. Roshan respawns. And he's got another Aegis in his clutches. They quickly take down the Roshan. And the Aegis drops, gives it to the Slardar. They give it to Slardar. And they wait for Gyro to get his Assault Cuirass from the Courier. not saving for buyback. Doesn't really need it probably. Game will probably end before then. Gyrocopter finds the regeneration rune, so he's going to get all his mana back. And now, here comes Team Freedom going for that mid lane of Rax. Looking pretty good against Team Peru right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now, Mineski Fangate finds out you can't use a rocket barrage onto the tower. Gonna get hit by an arrow. Smash charges in. And now Van is here. Here's a wide angle. Slardar crush on 2. Slardar gonna get hit by that stun eventually, but he's gonna force staff away. Wolves smash, taking the damage, gets hit by the call down, will eventually go down, and now the tombstone's been taking care of Sia. He goes right down the Sunbee. Gyrocopter gets a double kill, and here comes Smash. He's invisible, and there's not too much now that can stop Team Freedom from going on this one. Crushed by Alex Mike onto 2. He still got the Aegis, remember, and Van goes down. Masoko almost down, does go down. Triple kill for the Gyrocopter, and Smash, he's going in on it, and that's the GG. So Team Freedom are your America's Qualifier 1 champions. They're going to go into the main event of the qualifier into the Dota 2 Shanghai Major. But for this series and that game, that's going to be it. Team Freedom coming away with the win. Thanks for watching. I'm Pythian, as always, cheers.